While Kevin was looking through the school's special collections as a reward for his donation to the fundraiser, the Williams family was training at their mansion in New York. They were interrupted by a visit from Renee Silver, the director of the Union. When Randall explained why they were so motivated to get stronger, she promised to do away with Kevin if ever she saw him.
"By the way, may I ask what brings you here?"
Randall asked nervously as he returned to his armchair. "To tell you the truth, Randall, I've brought along a few of my assistants who have never been to New York City. Would it be any trouble for you to put us up?" she requested very directly.
"No problem, Madam Director. It would be an honor to have you stay with us. I'll get someone to prepare a guest room for you,"
Randall offered pleasantly. However, on the inside, he was really anxious. Randall was afraid that if Silver and her assistant stayed in the mansion for too long, they'd figure out that the family had joined the Marriotts. That would be disastrous for them. But he couldn't refuse her request. At the moment, he could only hope that they would leave as soon as possible. Meanwhile, Kevin was exploring the top floors of his school's library. He'd made it to the top floor where, in a corner of the room, he found a blood-red book on improving your cardiac health. Your internal power is mirrored by the strength of your heart, Kevin read on the first page of the book. He skimmed through the table of contents and saw that the methods in the book help develop your power by focusing on your heart. There's no telling what will happen in the future, he thought. It would be great to strengthen my heart so I can maintain my internal energy. Then he spent a few more minutes looking around at the other books on the 13th floor. They were interesting, but not as much as the one he'd already found. Forget it. I'll just take this one, Kevin finally decided. When he got back home, it was already past 10 o'clock in the evening. Lily and Dorothy had already washed up and gone to bed, so Kevin quietly went into the study and started to read through this new book. The next morning, Lily was sitting on the sofa looking really sad. She couldn't reach Kevin on her phone and thought that he hadn't come home from school yet. Lily had no idea that Kevin was actually in the study upstairs. She'd been relying a lot on her live show for her income, but because she hadn't managed things well, she'd ended up stopping her broadcasts, which consequently cut off her cash flow. On top of that, Dorothy had a problem with gambling. She could lose thousands of dollars in just one day when things weren't going well. Sometimes she lost even more. After buying the condo at the Salix Leaf development, Lily didn't have much money left, even with what Kevin had arranged for her to receive from Williams Media. Dorothy came downstairs dressed in a very fancy outfit and saw Lily sitting on the couch looking miserable. "Mom, are you going out to gamble again?" Lily asked her sharply. "I don't mean to upset you, but we're kind of short on cash. Can you try not to gamble so much?" Lily's request made Dorothy feel really uncomfortable. After all, the money they'd been spending had come from her daughter's show. She knew Lily was right about this and nodded her head in agreement as she replied, "I know, but I was invited by one of my friends, and if I don't go, everyone will start to gossip." Just when Lily was about to try and convince her mother not to go out, the doorbell rang. "I wonder if that's Kevin," Lily exclaimed as her face lit up. She gave up on trying to persuade her mother to stay home and got up to answer the door. But when she opened the door, Lily was taken aback. Grandma Jones was standing there, supported by Jason. "What are you guys doing here?" Lily thought to herself. Ever since Lily had been cheated out of her shares and driven out of the Jones family, she hadn't seen any of her relatives. The last thing Lily expected was to be visited by Grandma Jones herself. "What's wrong? Aren't I welcome in your home?" Grandma said with a smile. But she couldn't hide her disappointment and worry. "Of course you're welcome. Please, come in and have a seat." Lily politely invited her grandmother into her living room. "This place really isn't bad. I expected as much from Salix Leaf Development," Grandma Jones commented as she looked around the room.
"I didn't expect you to be able to buy such a nice home after leaving the family. Did you find yourself a rich man to take care of you?" Jason asked mockingly. "If you don't want to stay, you know where the door is. I invited Grandma to come in, not you."
Lily retorted. Jason was absolutely livid when she said that.
That's enough, Jason. Stop talking. I believe Lily earned her money on her own,
Grandma Jones warned him. It was the first time she'd ever defended Lily in her whole life.
Well, will wonders never cease?
Dorothy commented as she looked out the window. She was also aware that Grandma Jones was being uncharacteristically nice to Lily. Grandma Jones and Jason did their best not to react to Dorothy's wisecrack. They had no choice but to bite their tongues. For some reason, the Jones family had suffered one setback after another in their business. In fact, their funding had almost completely dried up until just a couple of days ago, when it had made a slight rebound. If it happened again, the Jones family would go bankrupt in less than 3 days. But the strange thing was that Grandma was no longer embarrassed to go around the city asking for help. Some people politely rebuffed her. Others took the opportunity to tell her what they really thought, essentially kicking her while she was down. Jason was certain that Lily was rolling in money because of her online show. If they could get her to help them, their problems would be solved. That was why the two of them came over to visit her. "Did something happen to you, Grandma?" Lily decided not to beat around the bush. Knowing how much danger her family was in, Grandma Jones swallowed her pride and got straight to the point.
Lily, I know that Jason and I have caused you a lot of pain. Please accept my sincere apologies for that. But I am here on behalf of the entire family to ask for your help. As a member of the Jones family, you can't let us get wiped out."
"Oh, so now that you need help, we're back in the family?" Dorothy shouted as she ran over to them. "You didn't seem to care about our name when you kicked us out." Grandma Jones and Jason didn't reply. "Mom, please don't say anything else," Lily begged her mother.
"Why shouldn't I say something? Didn't it bother you how the family treated the two of us?"
Dorothy growled. She was getting angrier and angrier as she spoke. "What's past is past," Lily sighed. Of course, she still felt hurt by what Grandma Jones had done, but she still treated her with respect. "How can I help the family, Grandma?" Lily asked quietly. Jason and Grandma Jones both smiled broadly.
"Well, how much money do you have right now? We'll need you to transfer all of it to the family. We'll cover the rest," Grandma Jones instructed her. "That's the only way we'll be able to overcome this crisis."
Hi, Kevin here. If you're wondering what happens next, then stay tuned on the Pocket FM Universe channel for more episodes.